only made one bad decision at 19!
2 bad decisions!
Hi everybody, welcome back to Two Bad Decisions. I'm Laur.
And I'm Han. And today we have a guest. Matt is here. Say hi. Say hi. You can't not talk on the podcast.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, wait, sorry. I need my glasses on for this.
Oh my god. He has like pre-planned bits. He doesn't need glasses.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, so Matt is here today because I like very recently discovered like something that ticks him off, which is like when I ask him really stupid Yes, it's when I ask him really stupid questions, right? And okay, now I need to clarify, he is not here. What the fuck? You just turned off his lights. You have pre-planned bits. I thought you said you didn't have any.
No, I don't.
Okay, anyways, let me explain. So Matt is not here because he's smart or anything, like he knows all the answers. He doesn't, okay? But he's here because it pisses him off to listen to like questions that like things that I don't understand, you know? So Laura and I have agreed to both compile our own list of things that we don't understand, and we're going to present them to Matt, and he's going to try to explain them to us. Sound good?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Like how like you're not being vocal at all.
You know what doesn't make sense? You never shut the up, and now we're on a podcast.
Why are you so quiet?
You get quiet.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, I'm typically like this. I don't know like why you're trying to paint me as like some sort of villain, Hannah, but I don't really appreciate it.
Toxic. Okay.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Fit check.
I'm just gonna I have this turtleneck that I thrifted, and then I have my Harry Styles watermelon sugar t-shirt that I ordered in July and came in January.
That's crazy.
Fantastic.
Wonderful fit check. My fit check, Depop sweater. But check out my rings. There's a moon and a star, and the moon is really big, and I got them off of Depop. That's my
I bet
fit check.
that ring is just like a normal size. It's
Not. It's huge.
I won't show my fingers on camera. I don't like
I'm really self-conscious of them, actually. Mine are small, and like I think there's excess skin, so they're very like liney, and it makes me really self-conscious.
Mm-hmm.
You know how wait, hold on. You know how Ariana Grande's palm, when she showed that like one tattoo that was supposed to say 7 rings, but it said like I feel like we've talked about this on here before.
Yeah, I've talked about it.
But it said like barbecue grill or something. Hello? You just
No, I'm here.
This is like a visual podcast.
You can't get up during the podcast.
What are you talking about? I just did.
You fully stood up. Like, what was that? Oh my god. Would you like to fit check, or would you like to check in? Anything like that?
I'll do fit checks. They're pretty much black hoodie, but this is from like when my parents first like moved here, they used to sell stuff on eBay, and like it also consisted of, like, the stuff they consisted of selling would be like Hawaiian shirts. So like I there's this box in my garage I had never gone through, and it's just full of Hawaiian shirts. So I picked this one, and I absolutely love it.
Nice.
Sick.
That reminds me of the time when you were giving your friends Hawaiian shirts for Christmas.
No, hold on, wait.
And then
I asked Hannah, I was like, do you want a Christmas gift? And she was like, no, it's okay. I'm like, cool. So I started packing Christmas gifts in front of her, and then she got mad at me.
No, I didn't get mad. I just said I changed my mind. So he offered, right? Imagine, he's like, would you like some? And I was like, no, at first. But then in the same call, I changed my mind. I'm like, actually I would like a shirt. And then you like refused to give me one. And I was like, you offered.
And then I fucking swear to God, she just kept pushing and pushing. I was like, fine, I already got you a gift. Shut up.
Yeah. And you act like you really got me on that one, but you're the one who got me a Christmas gift, and that is on you.
Mm.
That's your fault.
Hey,
Anyways.
at least I don't look like an idiot when I'm telling the story to other people.
You need to remember whose podcast. Is this your podcast? This is not your podcast. That's what I thought. Okay. So
Huh?
Laura.
Also, I'm gonna do my check-in real quick.
I'm
we haven't done it in a really long time, but today I went to donate plasma because BioLife is paying like extra this month because like COVID
Woo.
and stuff. And they paid me anyways, but I had like a double hemorrhage, which just means like I was bleeding. They said like under my skin instead of into the tube. So like it wasn't a big
Ugh.
deal. It's a like scary word though. I was like, what's that mean? But earlier when I was getting like, like my like physical done, or not physical, I don't know what it's called. It's like the check-in part.
Mhm.
The guy who like pricks your finger, like, you know, when you donate blood or whatever, and does like all that stuff. He was using my one hand for one thing, and I can't remember what it was. Maybe he was pricking my finger. But then he held out the temperature stick like towards me. Instead of like opening my mouth because I had my mask on, I like reached out and grabbed it, and he was like, no, like put it in your mouth. So I was like, oh, okay. So I like pulled my mask down and went and just like opened my mouth. I was just like, and he put it like in my mouth, and then I didn't close it, and he was like,
Why did you close it?
how else did I just sat there with my mouth open like this, like looking up at him, and he was like, close your mouth. That's my check-in. Han, do you have a check-in?
Yeah, nothing crazy. My mom and I get boba every week, so we went today and took her on a drive, and she really liked it, and she was like really thrilled. Like she doesn't like music up until like when she wants to film the drive that we're on, and she was like snapping at me, and she was like, music, and so I like put on music, and we were just vibing, and she was filming our drive, and it was fun. Now I'm here. What about you, Matt?
Let's see. I did a lot of work today for my classes. I didn't get as much work as I hoped to get done, but I got a lot of work done, so that was cool.
Nerd.
Sorry, I'm not the one who normally wears glasses.
I wear glasses.
Now we're playing it.
I have never worn glasses in my life.
You're the one. You pulled out glasses.
What?
You're like, look at my glasses.
I don't know what you're
Bitch.
talking about.
Oh my god, this is so toxic. Okay.
It's kind of long.
Why did
Oh,
you
I like
text?
this one. I'm pretty sure I might have spoiled it. I'm not sure if I told you. I start the ones that I thought would make you the most angry. So we'll see. So to kick it off.
Well, wait. Before you start,
Mhm.
I sat back down thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna piss Hannah off today, and then you start talking about the things to piss me off, and I was like, wait, I forgot that the purpose of me being here, so you guys piss me off too.
You got played. Yeah, that's the only reason you're here.
Sorry, Laura, continue.
Mhm.
Okay, so anyway, to start, the first thing I don't understand is four-wheel drive. Are we not already driving on four wheels?
I knew it. I knew it. Okay. So on
Oh, but
normal,
hear me out. I was
No.
thinking about this as I was driving in the snow because, like, in Ohio we get snow. But I was driving, and my dad was like, he has a truck, so he's like, I'm gonna put it in four-wheel drive, and I was like, what were we using before? They're all rolling.
No, that's not what
And
that
I know
means.
it's a thing. I know it's a thing because my mom would always do that. She'd be like, "Gonna switch to four-wheel drive, or we're gonna use Andy's car because he has four-wheel drive." And I'm like, they all have four.
no, that's not what that means.
Oh wait, hold on, wait. I want to hear Hannah try to explain it because I've never
Okay.
heard Hannah explain anything.
I think this
Okay.
is the one thing I do understand.
I'm
for
not
some
gonna
reason.
believe you. You can
I
tell
don't-
me anything, and I won't believe you.
See, I don't know anything about cars, but
Uh-huh.
my understanding is that we're like when they put power behind the wheels to like propel it forward, it's only on the front too. Or is it on
Why
the back
fuck
too?
would they do
It's
that?
only
Back
on
two.
two. The back two? Okay. So they're
Yes.
only on the back two, so like it's like propelling it. But when like you're driving on like bumpy shit, you need to put it in four-wheel drive so that it has like extra power between like all four.
But here's the
Yes.
thing. I think that's a scam. Because why would we not be driving with four wheels on smooth surfaces as well? What's the point of driving with two wheels? That cannot be.
Because it uses more gas, because more power requires more gas, and more gas means bad for the environment.
So you're telling me this is a capitalist scam, is what I'm hearing.
Is what I'm hearing. Yeah.
I'm not hearing this is like good for bumpy surfaces. This is good for saving gas. What I'm hearing is why are we using that much gas? Why does gas cost so much? I'm hearing we should all be driving with 4 wheels. All these cars should have, and if they all have,
They all have
drive
4 wheels.
built
It's
into
like
that, if they all have 4-wheel drive, then wouldn't it was just all cars would be 4-wheel drive. So like I don't understand why we're not just doing that.
solid.
I know that train of thought didn't make sense, but it does.
I think sometimes I insist on not understanding something, you know?
Yeah, I think
I
that's
love
a stupid thing.
I love how I started with like it's bad for the environment, and then you just went straight to capitalism.
It is.
The exact.
That's what it is, bro. Like all of it is like I've been really angry lately. I mean, I'm always angry, but that's like my new focus. Anyway.
4-wheel drive?
No, capitalism.
I would like to switch gears. Oh, that was not an intentional car pun, but where do cows go at night? Let me explain. You know how like they just get so scattered, and they usually have those little houses that they go into, right? When they're like when it's cold and shit. But
You
like
mean a
they
barn?
just yes. but I don't believe that you could like rally every single cow in a field. Like they just get so far off. Like I just don't believe it. But like they can't. Did they stay outside all night? It's too cold. How do they?
I assume what happens is when the sun goes down, they all kind of just walk back towards where they did.
They're so stupid. I don't believe it. There's
Wait
no
a minute.
way.
Sorry. All you ever do is like talk about cows.
I love
like, all your
cows.
posts is all about cows, but you're gonna call them stupid now?
Yes,
what
I
happened
love
to their
cows.
What happened to their emotions? Huh? They are people
No,
too. They have
I
feelings
love
too.
cows.
Huh?
I love cows, but you look at them, there's nothing going on in there. Like they're just so
Like
empty.
you.
I tell you a story.
What did you say?
What?
Can I tell you a story?
Yeah. What did you do? Yeah, go.
So my mom grew up on a farm, so I do know where cows go at night. The answer is the barn.
See?
How?
See?
How? They get so far away from it.
They just know.
If it's not, I imagine if it's not cold, they would sleep in there, but they like go towards warmth. Like it's probably like a survival instinct, I would imagine. But to prove your point that cows just have nothing going on, wait, no, it might have been a horse. Shit. Well, it was a cow or a horse, and it got over the fence somehow, and it went into the woods, and it ate these berries, and its stomach got like really big, and it died. So maybe they don't have survival instincts.
Wonderful. That's sad.
I just played like the devil's advocate there, and I don't like that.
It was very white man.
All right, next question.
Next question, go. Laura.
Oh, I like this one actually. Why can't we domesticate foxes? Weren't wolves wild animals and they became dogs? Are caged snakes domesticated? Is there any
Caged?
But I'm like, if they're caged, it's not like. So are some snakes domesticated? Because some of them like crawl around. A lot of people let them. Well, not a lot of people. People let like the big ones crawl around in their house sometimes. They own like exotic animals. But they're cage snakes, so aren't they? They're just trapped. They're not domesticated. Yes. Also, why can't we domesticate foxes?
So this is 2-in-1. It's a 2-in-1. The overall
it's like a
why
whole
can't we?
15-in-1.
It's
Also,
a double whammy.
Wolves went to dogs. Like big cats went to cats. So like foxes, I feel like would be like a third in that triangle. Whatever they would make.
Laura's making a lot of sense right now.
It is clicking. There's like a clicking going on. Is there like a domesticated version of like every animal? Like if we were to like, I know it's not ethical, but if we were to like domesticate every single animal, like would there be like a softer version of them that would come out of it?
That's what I thought.
But
apparently you can't do that.
Like bears? Wouldn't there be like a cute little like a soft version of bears?
That's the shit you see at circuses.
Oh, or wait, so are circus animals domesticated?
I have no clue. No. This shit is like out of my ass. I don't know what I'm saying.
That's a good one.
This question was something
that
I wasn't.
raises an interesting question. Are circus animals domesticated? Because the lions can't be, right? Even though technically they're one of the groups that can be domesticated.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I think that is pretty interesting. I don't know.
And I think they would make up a triangle that we're missing. I think we have cats and dogs, and we need a third. And I think foxes would give us that result.
Because I want to say like I think foxes are scavengers, and the reason why we don't domesticate them is because that's their purpose. But so is like wolves, so is cats. So I can't really like say
but
that.
you threw morals out the window. Why do we not have? And the reason I thought of this is because there used to be a fox that would like go through our neighborhood periodically,
Uh-huh.
and I wanted to keep them.
What is what does it mean to like domesticate an animal?
I don't really know. I just thought you made it a pet, or like it was like useful to you, and I thought it happened in like stages. Like it's like wild animal, and then it's useful for like crops or something. You know, like how horses or oxen with
Your face.
and then they were pets. That's what I thought.
I don't even know. I couldn't explain to you like what it means when an animal is like. I mean, it like won't kill you.
Can I tell your viewers something? The few people that do watch this, Hannah is a great writer. She's really great at literature, but damn, she's not good at math, history, science, anything. I swear to God.
It's true though.
Two
And what
super
about it?
dum-dums vibing on
Yeah.
the podcast.
No, Laura, but you're smart, dude.
Which
Only
of us are you
Hannah.
talking to?
Why are you like in pain? I would like to
Hannah.
ask my question. What is fantasy football? What is it?
Oh,
What
I
is
would
it?
also like to know.
oh,
I don't get it.
man.
How do you choose individual people? I don't get it. What do you
Okay.
do?
I think this is what it is, okay? I don't actually know anything about football. Okay, so you pick, or like you're in your own little league with your friends, or you're like online or whatever, and you get to
What is-
pick. I think you get to either pick players or it's pulled by lottery, and depending on the player's performance in like that year, those points are attributed to like I guess their overall points, and then that's how they win. An
What?
accumulation of
That
points.
sounds so
get-
boring.
I don't get it. League?
I hate that. That's like, ooh, I hate that. Why are we playing games based on real life? You can't
That's
control
not
it. That's not a
fantasy.
game. That's a
That's just-
gambling addiction. I don't like this.
I don't get it. It's just football. But I don't get the whole like picking individual people. I don't get that. What? Like how many?
Yeah, like
think
would
it's-
I
I think
ever
it's like
put
you get
money
to
on
make your
Harry
own team.
Styles?
I just don't get it. I just don't understand like leagues, but they're all from separate teams. But like, what are we keeping track of? How many points they score?
I think it's how well they do in the season. Yeah.
How
But
do we
like,
judge that? Because what if one of them isn't like, from the limited amount I know about football, aren't some of them more likely to like score a touchdown than others? So how do we judge how well someone's performing? That seems very like subjective.
I don't get it, and I like refuse
don't-
to understand it as well. So
I do not know anything about football. Let me just
Hate
make
it.
that first clear. I do not know.
Yeah.
So that is it. That's all football for me.
What about you,
Oh, I
Laura?
like this one, and I think it's gonna make you angry. Are you ready?
Mhm.
I told this one, I've told like all of these to Han, most of them. I don't understand why everything isn't a 50-50 chance. Listen, wait, let me finish. Let me finish.
No.
So I understand probability. I understand that if
No,
I
you don't.
reach into a bag of 16 marbles and only one of them is blue, I have a 1/16th chance of pulling out a blue marble. But here's the thing, even though it's 1/16th, I either am or am not going to pull out a blue marble. So it's like technically 50-50. And that's how I live my life. I'm like, yeah, I could die doing this, or I could not. And like, and it's, you know, it's
I agree. I think you have a point. Because I think
like it's
you
either
have-
gonna happen or it's not.
I think there's all this woo-woo shit of like, oh, it's like a 1 in 4. No, it's either yes or no. Everything.
Right. And
yes
have
or
you
no.
seen like I almost said have you seen weather? Like have you seen like what are they called? Like
the forecast?
they're like the news anchors for weather. They're like,
Uh-huh.
oh, it's like a 90% chance it's gonna snow, and then it doesn't snow. I'm like, yes, I understand like probability. I get it. But like it's either gonna snow or it's not gonna snow. And you can't just throw these numbers at me because I don't want them. Just tell me if it's gonna snow.
Thoughts, Matt?
50-50. So yes or no. Oh, okay. Look. So you know how people can vote on like their Instagram polls?
Mhm.
Correct.
And you can pick between one of them, and then like at the end when you answer, it's like 75 to 25%.
Hmm.
Yes.
Therefore, it's not 50-50.
But here's the
No.
thing. That is a poll.
No.
That is not the,
No, no.
what's the chance of this happening?
It's like when you make
That's how many
choices.
people like this or that. I understand that, but the chance of like me picking one or the other, I'm gonna either pick one or not pick the other one. That's Is he broken?
Yes, he's not functioning.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying.
Laura,
but
remember what I
no.
told you about like you being smaller than Hannah?
Retract it.
No. Yeah, yeah. No.
Okay, well, I have another question. I already asked you this, Matt, but you did not adequately answer for me. So, I saw this on TikTok and it's been really haunting me, you know? You know how people get married and then they like take the other person's last name. Therefore, there are less last names in circulation. So then if people keep getting married, are we just going to run out of last names one day?
No, because you're
Oh,
right.
because huh?
No, because you're so right. We're gonna run out of last names.
I saw it
We're
like
gonna run out,
dawning
bro.
on you.
Wait, also, then why are there not the same amount of every last name?
No, shut up.
Oh my god, wait,
Shut
why
up.
aren't there?
That's like
I
saying
don't
why are there
understand.
minorities?
Why are there not the same amount? Wait, no, because like some people probably didn't get married or they had like different amount. Okay, never mind.
That's what cancels out what you think.
But like people get married, right? So if we have like a pool of last names, and if you keep like pushing people together, then there's like less, because then they're gonna have kids, but they're all gonna have the same last name, and then people, like if there's more men, then it like, because usually people will take the man's last name, unfortunately, and then it's just gonna keep it's like gonna get smaller and smaller, and there's gonna be less to choose from.
I mean, technically,
so
you
right.
are right about that. That's why there's a lot of no offense to white people, but that's why there's a lot of white people with a lot of the same last names. Smith.
So are we just gonna run out? Oh,
I think so.
Yeah. We're
I
just
don't think we're
gonna
gonna run out because people have that innate need to be individuals and to be different, and they want to start their own lines or whatever. They want to change their own last name. So I don't think that necessarily going to go away, but I think there are going to be a lot of the same last names because that is pretty prevalent now.
I disagree. I'm gonna change my name to Smith. No.
I'm gonna conform.
I would like to blend in.
Wait, Laura. I asked Hannah this, but where's your family from? What is your last name?
Andrew Canage. I honestly don't know where it's from. My mom has told me several different answers throughout the years. And then she got her 23andMe test back and just didn't agree with it. And I'm like, that's not how that works. Because like we had heard different stories about like whatever. And I was like, Mom, like that's not how it works. Anyway, I'm not sure. My dad, well, no, wait, it would be from my dad. I'm stupid.
Yeah.
My dad is like part very like obviously not a ton but part Ukrainian, so we imagine that's where it's from. I don't really know fully if that's why, like I don't really know. I would have to look into it. But we had a Polish priest. This has very little to do with what we were talking about. We had a Polish priest at one time, and he was like from Poland, so he had a very thick accent. He would always ask me where my name was from, and I think I gave him a different answer like 3 different times because I was like 8 years old to like 12. He's like, "Where's it from?" And I'm like, I don't know. I think I said German once, which just isn't German. Because my mom's like Wetzel is German, so like I was like,
That's a
oh,
sick last name.
Yeah, I like it because there's this place called Wetzel's Pretzels, and I think if I were to ever change my last name, I'd change it to that.
Do you guys care if your partners like have your last name, like the same one as you?
No.
No,
I think
that's up to them.
I think I might. Would you change yours?
If they had a cool last name.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't like mine.
I don't really like mine either, but I think that's just from like being Asian in like a predominantly white community. Like I was just like sad about my name being different. So I don't know if I actually dislike it, but anyways, you have another stupid question?
This one I think you're going to agree with. So I don't understand taxes. Why are we guessing? I got a D in calculus. At no point should I be calculating anything. I feel like it would save everyone so much time to just be told what they owe. And I'm terrified of accidentally committing tax fraud.
I agree.
I mean, like, when you're given, you can't really be given what to do taxes on because you're the one making the purchases and the government isn't keeping track of that. You are.
They
So
can't
Why
that's
are they
why
not?
But they can,
you
right?
want them to? You want them to?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
means I don't have to guess how much I owe in taxes. I will gladly let them track.
But, I mean, they
I'm sure
could-
they do, but
They could track it though, right? Like all of your expenses are like
they have my
somewhere.
W-2 forms.
Mhm.
Wait, I was gonna say, I imagine the only professions that like would really like actually still have to guess would be like people who run their own business. Like, what are they called? What are strippers? Contracted workers?
Freelance.
Freelance. Oh my
Is
God.
that what that is? I don't know.
I think so. I think so. And then there's maybe some contracted workers, but I would imagine why can't like I work jobs where I get W-2 forms and I don't really have to guess. Like I guess write-offs, but like I don't really have a lot to write off. I would sacrifice that if they would just tell me how much I owe. Because every time I submit my taxes, I almost cry out of fear of committing tax fraud.
But maybe they want to do that, keeping you on your toes, you know?
I don't like it. I would like them to take me off my toes.
I would like them to sit me down.
Sit me down in a nice comfy chair.
I don't like it. I will gladly forfeit any privacy I have if the government could just tell me how much I owe in taxes.
I agree. I don't really care to have that much privacy from the government. I just feel like I'm unimportant in the grand scheme of things. Maybe important people would care about their privacy, but I just don't think they give a about what I'm doing. So it's cool. You know?
It always blows my mind how like generally like white Republican men are like, no, but they're watching us. I'm like, are they? Are they watching you specifically?
They don't
Like, are we
care, I
sure?
promise. Like your boring ass life, they don't care. They really
Also,
don't.
what are you doing that you care that much?
I know.
Like, I understand like people do like illegal things, but like you must be doing something like incredible to care that much.
Agree. Yeah.
Anyway,
My next question is, where does the candle wax go? Don't get it. I don't understand that it evaporates. It's thick. Like it can't evaporate. It's thick. But like why, but like when we burned, like Laura
You
and
see
I,
why I say science doesn't agree with Hannah, or Hannah doesn't agree with science.
it's not even that we don't agree. I think I just don't listen to it, you know?
yeah.
I don't get
Sometimes
it.
it tells me things and I'm like, I don't know that I believe you.
I don't know. Where does it go?
Or when we
So-
burnt our candles all the way down that one time,
Yeah.
and it went from like this big to like a little stamp of wax. I was like,
But
where'd it
see,
go?
I thought wax, like, I didn't understand until that moment because we had like those stick candles and we burned them
Mhm.
all the way down together. And like,
Mhm.
I thought it would be like a puddle of melted wax, but it was just gone. Like, most of it was just gone by the end.
I had like a little stamp of,
Yeah.
you know, like when people pour
like, at
like
the
stuff
very
on
end.
letters and stamp it. That's
Yeah.
about how much was left.
All right, guys. When you light a fire in a fireplace with wood, where does the
Mhm.
wood go?
It turns to ash, but the wax isn't turning to anything.
It isn't. It's more or less pure fuel for the fire, which gets burnt all the
No,
way.
it's not
What?
clicking. It's not clicking. It's not
But like the
clicking.
wax isn't going anywhere. You're telling me all that smoke is in my room from that wax?
Yes, actually.
No.
I don't like it. I don't accept that answer.
I don't like it. I'm gonna just refuse to understand that
Mhm.
one.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
You know, actually, no.
All right.
I have a question now. Actually,
Okay.
sorry
Okay.
to interject. Do strippers not like? Shouldn't they work in union? Like, I feel like out of everyone, they should be like the most protected.
Yeah, they're like contracted workers, I'm pretty sure. Or maybe they're I've been watching a lot of stripper videos lately. I don't know why. I'm on Strip Talk. But
Wonderful.
they were talking about how like they could just leave whenever they want at certain clubs because they're or if they like do their contracting right or something like that. But I'm like sick. Anyway.
That's sick. Actually, that's cool.
So lasers. This is
What?
like a two-parter.
I agree with this.
I like this one. In movies, when they have like a laser trap, it's always asymmetrical and they have like little odd like gaps. Why not just cover the whole area like evenly in tiny gaps so no one can ever get in? Why is it an obstacle course? It seems like you're asking for your treasure to be stolen. Second part, why can they cut things? They're light. And I understand that the sun can cut things when focused with like a magnifying glass or like when people like cracked eggs on their driveway and cooked them or whatever. But this is a laser pointer. Are you telling me it has the same strength as the sun in this pointer? I don't believe you.
You know, I think this is
This
the
is a good one.
stupidest question that's been
No,
asked because Laura's
this is
Laura's
a good one.
No, these are good questions.
These are good. I'm
Someone needs to
stimulated.
be held accountable.
I'm feeling stimulated by this one.
I would like everyone to just join together and say, I'm stupid and I don't understand it. Why
What's
are we
your
all
answer?
pretending to understand things?
What is your answer?
Wait, so is this like specifically like in fiction? Like the first
No, the
part?
first part was like movies. I was like,
Yeah.
I
okay.
think that's just a flaw. I understand that one.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
really frustrates me to look at because I was thinking of that Victorious episode where they're
Yeah.
like they send Robbie under the laser and I'm like, why is it so far above the ground?
Yeah, because they could just do like if they instead of putting them all like slanted and shit like that, they could just
Mhm.
line them all up and then it's done. Like no
And
one's
like a
gonna
nice
get in.
little grid too. Like you're telling me
Yeah.
we can't do that? You're telling me the most sophisticated villains in like those movies can't do that?
Agree.
I-
That's a good one.
I don't believe you. I'm so angry about that.
I don't
I'm
know what to
also
tell you for
upset
that
that in a
one.
pointer we harness the power of the sun. Anyway.
Yeah, what's your answer for like a laser
Yeah.
cutting things?
A laser cutting things. Well, it's like supposed to be concentrated heat, and the heat's supposed to
Mhm.
slice through something. Because anything.
So
could-
my oven could do it.
What? Like I said, concentrated. Like
Is that not concentrate? Oh, I guess.
more
Mm.
in a smaller space.
But it's light.
Do
And
we
light
just sigh
produces-
together?
And light produces heat.
Right, but like I understand when it's like the sun,
Here we
but
go.
I use laser pointers with cats, and those things are not big enough to harness the sun.
Because there's not enough power behind the laser pointer.
And why is it not hurting the cat? Like I understand it wouldn't cut it in half, but why doesn't it hurt a little? You know what I mean? Because like yeah,
You can feel. I think you can feel the light like on your skin depending on how bright or how powerful the laser pointer or flashlight is.
Mm.
Okay.
It's not clicking in here. Nothing is
Well,
going on.
I understand, but how are we making light more focused than other light? I don't know. I don't think you should have access to lasers. And you know how with lasers you can like play with planes? Like if you were to shine a laser up at them, and that was like a problem at one point because people were shining lasers at planes and it was distracting the pilots.
Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Why? Oh, that also brings up a question I've been thinking about so often when I'm driving. Why are we paying attention to the lines? Like, if people as a group, I realize I'm describing a revolution, but if people as a group decide they don't want to follow one rule, like in particular, like assuming that it's not like a full revolt,
Uh-huh.
how would they stop anyone? Like, if we all agreed,
We're gonna drive
I don't
like
want to follow this rule anymore, and everyone was like, yeah, no, me neither. How
So,
are they
like-
going to stop everyone?
like if we all agreed to drive in zigzags. we could
Yeah,
just do
like
it.
if suddenly we like coordinate like a
everyone starts weeping.
as we drive through traffic. For those listening, I mean we're like switching lanes, but in like a very graceful, like synchronized swimming fashion. Why not? We totally could.
It is that is incredibly inefficient.
Oh, and we're not talking about efficiency. We're talking about
talking
style.
I'm talking about a revolution here. Like, what do you mean efficiency?
Or what if we all just started calling a boat something else? You know what I mean?
That's how
Like,
slang works.
hell yeah.
Uh,
But like
yeah.
not like slang for it. Like we never say the word boat again. Because like
we could.
I say slang and then but I also use that word.
So we could all like you're saying like we could all technically just agree to like throw a word out of existence. Like we could just like stop
Yeah.
using it and it would go
Or-
extinct.
Oh, I
I
like
mean-
this one too. We start calling multiple things because you know how there's like word, what's it called? Words that are the same but mean different things.
Yeah. I don't know what
Anyway.
it's called.
Homophone? I don't know.
Oh, it might be that. Yeah.
Something like that. But what if we all just started doing that? Like I started calling a boat a flower and my perfume a flower. And then I'm calling everything a flower. And then when people read like history books or like not history books, like diaries in the future, they're like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like I sprayed a flower all over me today. Or I wrote a flower. Like I just think we could be confusing people a lot more than we're doing right now. I think we're really
We
just
could really
bearing
step up our
ourselves
game.
to,
Yeah.
to the future people. Why are we being so transparent? Why are we not confusing them a little?
I don't like waterfalls are never gonna run out of water. ever. Like they're just gonna keep going for like Niagara Falls is just gonna always have water in it.
Global warming is happening, so we don't know whether or not that's going to last forever. But however, we've been over this. Rainwater collects or snow collects or something, and it starts dripping, it starts melting from on top of mountain tops, more specifically sometimes in different scenarios. I don't know. But
What if there's not enough?
then it just doesn't run. Waterfalls run out of water too.
But like Niagara Falls has like never run out of water. Like it's just been
That's
going.
because I think I don't know anything about Niagara Falls, but I think it's like hella mountains, hella snow.
Okay, but like okay, so you know how like the waterfalls where like okay, I understand the ones that are waterfalls and then it like keeps going elsewhere, but like I don't understand where it's a waterfall and then it just ends there. Like why isn't it overflowing?
See, like
God,
that
you are so
I
right.
I do
Sorry.
know. It forms into groundwater.
No, you said groundwater before and I was like then it's dirty. It's not water anymore. It's just muddy.
Also,
Water
how's
isn't
the
clean to
water all
begin with.
staying there in the ground?
Pools underwater and like little caves and little like areas start forming underneath the water. That's when you get like people with wells and they check for
We have
water
a
in
well.
the ground.
Yeah,
Well, my
See?
grandparents
Exactly. That's from
But we don't
groundwater.
have a waterfall.
but like every single one.
But the water. But it's the water
Getting
from
mad.
just any pond is just it's seeping into the water. It not water
Where's our
into
water
the ground.
coming from?
Like waterfalls, rivers, oceans.
No, but
lakes.
I don't have a waterfall. We have a well.
But you don't need a waterfall. The point is just the water collecting underground. You don't need a waterfall. I just said well, and you said I have a well.
Like, wait, you're telling me there's a waterfall around here?
No.
Oh, I'm gonna carry that into my everyday life now. Like whenever I see a well, I'm like, where's the waterfall?
Oh, okay. How do we measure mountains?
I like
They're
this
so
one.
big. Is it topographical or topographical? I think it's
Topographical.
topographical. How do topographical graphs exist? I think they're guessing. It's supposed to say maps, but I wrote graphs.
I agree.
It's relative to other things, right? That's how they're like deciding how big they are. What if they're wrong about the other things? Like all they have to do is be wrong about one thing, and suddenly our mountains are a lot bigger than we thought they were.
I mean, from my understanding, from like sophomore, like I think like even 7th grade, what they used was like sonic
Not to
devices.
say
I think they use sonic devices like the same way that like whales will use echolocation.
That is
That's
a
how they
lie.
measure
No.
What?
No, we are
What?
not using sound to decide how big things are. Are you kidding? Imagine if that's how they measured like apartment dimensions. Like we were in New York and they were just like, ah. It's like 16 by 18. Ah.
I agree because like no one is going up on that mountain. Like even if you were to go to the
Mhm.
top of a mountain to measure something,
Mhm.
how like with what? What are you gonna
Exactly.
do?
And
What?
that's like that's an open space. You're telling me nothing else has affected that sound in an open space with trees and shit? Like
I hope people are like watching this instead of just listening, because then you would be missing out on Matt looking like so done.
I just think I cracked my toes if anyone heard.
I cracked my
Anyone heard
toes
that
too.
noise? Can you
Loser.
crack your toes, Matt?
Yes, I can.
Do it
Okay.
right now.
Prove it.
Why? I bring it up to my AirPods and just like.
Do it. I heard it.
And crack your toes.
I already cracked them. I like used it, so it's over.
Oh, that's awful.
Wait, do you have a response on the mountain thing?
That was the response.
It wasn't very good then.
I didn't like it.
Well, my follow-up mountain question is like, if we have like in Dublin particularly, they have problems because they want to build shit on every single surface, but they can't.
Ah,
Very hilly. Wait, there's a lot of hills going on, right? So they're like, oh, we can't build there, right? Because there's too many hills. And like, I mean, I don't agree with them building everywhere, but like, if they want to build there so bad, why can't they just chop off the mountain, like the hill, to make it flat, and then they can build? Like, why can't they just, like
Why
run
can't
right?
they use lasers to do it, Matthew?
Use those lasers you
Your
love so much.
lasers are so powerful.
Your concentrated heat.
oh my god.
Your concentrated heat can't get through dirt.
Ground is not the same. Ground at the bottom is more densely packed. You can't just use a big knife, and cut through it.
Then get a stronger one.
What about a
What?
laser?
Have you considered a laser?
We consider. have we considered also bulldozing it from the top and working our way down? Like ancient people could build pyramids. You can't take down a hill.
Wait, I think actually, I mean, Laura's got a point about that one. Like starting from the top and just going by like to the bottom. I think they do that.
Like they can just shave off layers of hill and then make it flat.
I would assume so. That sounds pretty productive. The way that she like, where are you gonna put the dirt afterwards, Hannah? Where is that gonna go?
Where do you think it would all stay together, or could we just move our hill to a new location?
You keep it intact and then attach it to a flat area to make a hill.
Right, why do you do that?
I mean, they have
It's
man-made
dirt.
shit, and they could be a man-made hill.
Oh my god, could you imagine if we just moved things?
We picked shit up and just moved it somewhere else. Like if we decided like we did not, like I don't know, like California just is like sick and tired of being by the beach, so it just moves.
I would like Hill City, where there's just like a lot of hills that have been lasered off and picked up.
It just
and
plopped
taken
down.
And that's called Hill City, and people who like hills
They can just
live in
vibe
Hill
there.
City.
Dublin
I would
is
like
Hill
to go
City
live in
though.
Hill City.
Dublin is Hill City.
There are a lot of hills here. But yeah, Laura, do you have another
I want them
question?
super concentrated, so it's like really hard to live there.
Laura, I think you should, since I've like already gone over most of mine with Matt and he's already done with them, I think you should just present like the final, like, you know, just
I
go for
speed
it.
around it.
Yeah.
Okay, poker. My dad plays poker, and it's just him and his friends exchanging money over the years. You are gaining nothing.
That's not a question.
Is it a statement?
Yeah, that's a statement. I don't understand why people play poker. I think they're tricking themselves. My dad's like, I came into this much money from my friends. And I'm like, first of all, why are you taking that much money from your friends? And also, you're going to end up giving that right back. You don't actually have another $300. You just earned it. And then you're going to give more money back to your friend.
That's how I feel about
Eventually.
the lottery. I think the lottery is stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
I think for your dad or like his dude friends more specifically, that's just a guy thing for wanting to be competitive and just throwing money in there and just thinking that they're earning
Tell
something.
that to Carissa, who would come to all of the poker parties. I want to name my baby alive after Carissa, and my
Who's
mom told me
Carissa?
no.
Wait,
Wait, what did you say?
who's
Her name was Carissa.
Uh-huh.
Well, what did you say after that?
I wanted to name my baby alive after her, and I told my mom about it, and she was like, absolutely not. So I don't think she liked Carissa.
Okay.
Okay.
Another question.
Why are there four-way intersections where people turning left yield? Why is it just not red lights at every single, like everyone that's not turning
I agree.
or going straight or just moving? That's just a car accident waiting to happen.
I've almost gotten to one of those.
That's
because-
stupid.
Oh,
I
I
don't
have
understand why we
I have too. I think they gotta find a better workaround too.
They should just be stopped. Like it's not going to be that long.
Yeah,
They can
exactly.
wait.
And sometimes I can't tell if one's like they don't have like those yield signs. So I'm like, wait, can I go? Like, are they gonna hit me if I start? Anyway, I don't remember what I was thinking when I wrote this because I do understand it, but I think there was something about it that I didn't understand. How the placebo effect works. I didn't expand on it though, because I understand how the placebo effect works. My mom went to like this trial for something once where they gave like half the people real pills, half the people like, fake pills.
As placebos work, yes.
But like, I don't understand. Like, if it's something like serious, how are they feeling better?
They're trying to see if it's a mental effect, if that's the deal.
Why would they do that?
I think when I drink coffee, it's a mental effect.
I think so too, because I can fall asleep after.
Yeah, me too.
I
mean,
can't remember
actually,
what confused me.
At that point, like it would depend on how much caffeine you've had at like your entire life, because your receptors or something in your brain, right? It requires more and more of something to keep you awake.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
completely ignore whatever you say.
how certain parts of evolution / natural selection. Because here's the thing. It's supposed to. Is it more rapid with animals? Because like if something's not like an attractive trait, they don't have sex with another animal, or they don't mate with another animal that doesn't have that like trait, and that's how they evolve. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
But humans don't do that.
Are you
They put
arguing that
out-
we have sex with ugly people?
Right. Right. I was like, humans put out, and I understand. Apparently, people have gotten more attractive as like the centuries have gone on, but people still put. I've seen the most gorgeous women on the planet have sex with the ugliest men I have ever seen.
Money.
Yeah, but like that's why we
But,
function
like-
different from animals, right? Because
Right,
we have all sorts
money,
of
because animals don't have that. So like we added like a little incentive for ugly men, and
Yeah.
now I think ugly people are just never gonna go extinct. I don't think we're ever gonna evolve like these animals. Also,
wait,
you're telling
More-
me like they must have some kind of like sense of like ugliness as animals, or like it's like attractive because it's like a survival thing. But
Laura,
then
what's your
why
question?
are two ugly birds not mating? You know what I mean? You're telling me no one's ever put out for an ugly parakeet? Like
What is your question?
Yeah, what's your question, dude?
a
What
lot
is
of
it?
these aren't questions, they're just statements.
I think these are just things you just disagree with.
As I went on, one of these is a rant. I did not read it because
Mine turned into like things I genuinely don't understand to just things I like have refused to look up. I could look it up and it's like not really that confusing.
I don't understand how language evolves to the point that we don't know it. Did no one keep track?
I think with that one, I'll just use like what Latin as an example. Just better languages came along. People die off, etc., etc.
No one wrote in it and then like slowly transitioned into writing a different language.
Wait, what? What? I thought your question was how a language dies out.
Yeah, but like didn't someone probably wrote in it at some point? How did it get to the point that we no longer understood it? Like were people not bilingual?
No, it's not that people don't understand. It's like I guess it's like we're in a day and age where we can record everything. But I guess I was thinking more like in the regards of like people who still like typically use it. Because like for example, Latin. Like we all know Latin exists, but no one uses it.
Yeah, but what about languages we know exist but we don't understand? If we were to look back at like hieroglyphics, we have to spend forever translating. I'm like, they wrote it down for us. You're telling me like we can't like track the progress of like hieroglyphics to like whatever language to
Oh.
like,
I'm sure they do that actually.
but like they don't
I'm
know
sure-
all of it.
Is that like the same as like our language evolves? Is that like the same as like, you know, like in elementary school when you would like wake up one day and decide to do your A's differently? Is that like the same?
Yeah. So, like, is that what they did? Because I used to write my cues. I'm gonna show everyone on the screen like this.
I do with like the little thingy at the end now.
I did it because someone on Spraycan, which was like an art app at the time, would write her Q's and her Y's that way. I'd write Y's like this.
Oh, I see. That's ugly. It looks like a bee, right?
Stop! I liked it.
Oh. But okay,
Oh.
that was I was just throwing that off track, but
Oh, why we have to separate lights and darks? Because I've done it a million times and it's always been fine. And I'm
Me too.
convinced that
I've done that too. Nothing really happens.
right.
Yeah.
I'm convinced that EHS just wanted me to pay another $225 per cycle.
I agree. I would just throw it all in one go because I was like, I simply can't afford.
I think
so
it was like a bigger problem back in the day, but like now we're completely good.
Yeah, we have like
Maybe
new
chilling.
laundry sauce.
What? That's what you want to say to that? I think it's
The clothes are better,
I
right?
Yeah, the
like
clothes are
watched
better,
Matt
yeah.
lose respect for me.
He started like thinking, so Matt already thinks I'm a piece of shit, but he thinks like because he thinks I'm so shitty, he thinks you're like god tier, right? But like after speaking to you for the past hour, it's been like going to the same level as
I think
me.
that's
Hold on,
why I
I'm
like
gonna
refute.
clarify for everyone who is listening. I've talked to Laura before, but I haven't heard this dumb shit come out of her mouth before.
Put me
like-
on a pedestal. And you realize like I'm just fucking dumb.
Also, like, why did you think we were friends? Like, you thought I was friends with like a really smart, like doesn't have the same questions. as me person?
She got into NYU.
You go to UCLA.
What I'm saying is you're smart. I'm not that smart. I'm an
I
art
conned my way in there.
kid.
What is dry cleaning?
Why did you smack your leg? What?
That was my chair.
Oh.
Oh.
What
So
is dry cleaning? You clean it without getting wet.
That is impossible.
What?
You cannot clean something without getting it wet.
I think it's
Imagine
hot
if we
steam
treated
that
cars
you
like
use.
that. Imagine if I went out there with a blow dryer and I was like, your car's clean.
That's not fabric.
Okay.
Well, I would wait, but like if I spilled, like if I had a white dress, it's
Mhm.
dry clean only. I spill chocolate milk on it. It's soaked. I simply you can't get that out with steam. You
If
can't.
anyone were to do that, it would be you.
First of all, I would never be wearing a white dress. In what universe?
The wedding.
Oh, that's true.
No, you should wear like sweatpants underneath.
Yeah, I really would. No, but like I just don't believe that it would be clean after.
I don't think so either.
I don't know if dry cleaning solves the world's problems.
Also, do they just like, is it like a car wash? You know how they're on those conveyors? They just car wash it like that?
I know
So
it
I'm
goes through a
touching
machine.
all
I've
these
seen
other
the
clothes
machine.
too. I feel
No,
like
'cause
I'm
they're
coming
in-
out
they're in the-
dirtier than I went
they're-
in.
They're putting it in like a plastic bag. Like I'm not sure what it is. Like just
And it's
wraps
like-
around it.
But then it's like extra not going to be clean if it's inside of a plastic
Yeah.
bag.
Like, also, why are we making clothes dry clean only? Why don't we just not do that?
Let's put that shit out of business. Let's all agree to not make dry clean.
If something I own says like hand wash, I will not do that. I will put it in the washer and it will survive most of the time. So I don't understand why we're doing that. That is stupid. I will not, except for my jeans, which I put chains on, and I will be hand washing because that shit took hours. That's it. That's my exception. Why are we making anything dry cleaning only? Because I'm pretty sure I could put my prom dress in the washer and it would be like mostly intact.
I mean, that would really happen, huh? If the fashion industry like collectively decided to like no longer make dry clean only clothing, then it would just go
Right.
out of business. They would all just shut down. I like that.
So yeah. How do we conceptualize numbers? And and how have they gone off the f***ing rails with calculus? Because like how did we go like this? I have one thing.
I know what calculus is.
I have two
I don't know what
things.
calculus is.
No, how do we go from like this is 1, this is 2? And then how do we get to the point where like we figured out that 2 could fit into 4? Because here's the thing, 3 can fit into 4, but not like evenly. Oh, God, I don't like it. And also, how did we come up with like universal signs for these numbers? Because if I hold up a peace sign, it's 2. But like,
What was your question? I think these are just things that make you upset. Like,
like what this became.
Laura,
How do we
Laura.
conceptualize numbers?
Laura,
Yes.
are you sure this is a question?
Yes. How do we conceptualize numbers? That's a question.
Well, I think I understand
Is
it.
the question like more specifically like how was everyone able to determine what numbers are?
Yeah.
Well,
does
you
So,
need to
how- you know that-
you need to count.
But like,
Why?
why aren't there like numbers? Why aren't there like numbers in different languages? Because you know how like words.
You're
go in different-
stupid.
No, but like the
Hannah,
number.
You're stupid.
No, the number, not like the word for the number, but like the
Yeah, why aren't there
number.
different number systems?
But like
Because
the
they're different alphabet systems.
are there? But like if I drew like a 1, wouldn't that be a 1 everywhere? Or if I drew a 2,
That's
like,
because everyone's adopted that. Yes.
but like why don't we have shit like that like just for words? Like if we can all agree on like a set of numbers that like we draw these and this is what that means.
That's what the character system is in a majority of not majority, but a lot of Asian languages.
You want to know a fun fact?
Oh, no.
What?
So, airplanes.
What?
So, like, this is actually related, but
What?
sorry, you're looking at me like really disappointed. But airplanes, like, at air stations or whatever they're called, what they call in like airplanes, they all speak English. Like that's like the universal language for planes.
Mm.
I didn't know that.
That's all.
The more you know. Cool.
They're
Okay.
international travelers. Of course, they got to speak some language.
Yeah, but
They
Well,
gotta
I
know
thought maybe
words.
there was a translator. Also, how did they decide on one?
I mean,
You're telling me everyone was just like, yeah, we'll take English.
because everyone uses English. Because the Brits,
Yeah.
they conquered everywhere.
Colonizers.
The colonizers.
I mean, yeah.
But like how?
Everyone had to adopt English at one point.
But then
But how did they? Like airplanes came like. Oh, I guess that makes sense. Never mind. I was like, wait, when we're losing Clark around. those guys alive.
Solid. I think this was a good run. Shake my hand. Shake my hand. Matt, shake my hand.
Oh, okay.
Matt, shake my hand.
Put your hand down, Hannah. Laura, I can shake your hand though.
Wait, can we three-way shake?
No.
I want to do a handshake where like
I just really quickly like
You
shook
like
Laura's
very
hand.
quick. Yeah, thanks. Okay, thanks for coming on.
yeah.
Yes. It was not a joy. You guys. God. You know, Hannah's been asking me to come on this shit for the longest time.
For months.
For months. And now I'm finally on here.
What do
And
you think?
I would like to say, what the I don't think I'm ever coming. No, I'm kidding.
Can you rate your experience on a
Yeah.
My
scale
experience,
from 1 to 10?
Yeah.
8 to 9. I had a lot of fun.
Aww. Nice.
Laura's very funny.
Thank you. You're the only man that says
Can
that
I
to
say?
me.
Can I say you only ever say Laura's funny as a way to drag me down because you're like half saying Hannah isn't funny.
Wait, well, I can't
think
just
Han's the
compliment Laura.
funniest
You
person
never just
on earth.
compliment Laura. You have to like also make a dig at me.
But I said Laura's a great writer. I said Laura's smart.
Anyways, follow our socials at Two Bad Decisions Pod and at Shop Two Bad Decisions if we ever get the
We're
sticker
not doing
shop
that,
going.
but go ahead.
Probably never, but our resource list is in our description, and yeah, that's it.
I don't get to plug my shit.
No. Oh, would you like to?
We've done that with everyone else too. Like,
My social media is at Matt Monhill. That is MattMonhill. I've got 2 other projects currently going on. My clothing stuff, Get Ampersand on Instagram and getampersand.com. And
You're
I
actually
have
plugging things right now.
yeah.
we think are like the
Yeah.
30 total people ever who have listened
Oh,
to
yeah.
our podcast.
I think so
Oh, yeah.
highly of this. Like no
Oh,
one is
yeah.
listening, but
Oh,
go
yeah.
ahead. Keep going.
No, I've waited moments for this. I've always wanted to plug my shit somewhere.
Okay, go.
I'm
Okay.
currently working on an iMessage sticker app at Bearugj, BearUGJI on Instagram.
I followed it
That's it.
yesterday.
I've not made any posts or progress on that. No, I made progress, just not posts.
Yeah.
That's okay. We've been plugging Shop Two Bad Decisions for like
Months
4
on
months
end.
at least. We have not updated it.
I don't think we're going to do it, but I think it's funny that it exists.
I like that we have that somewhere. We have stickers, but it's only we.
I
own them.
literally have them like on my things, but like no
Yeah,
one
my
else
sister
has.
put a bunch of them on the wall. She put our podcast like stickers on her wall. It's really
Cute.
cute. We'll see
Yeah.
ya.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.